This is a demonstration of how to perform a factory wipe on a MEMS3 ECU using MEMS3 Mapper. On cars like a Rover 75 or an MG-ZT, the T4 system will not allow you to code an ECU to a car once it's been coded to another car. This obviously poses problems for people who want to replace their ECU. New ECUs are no longer available, and used ECUs cannot be coded to their car. So before we can code a used ECU onto a car, we need to wipe it clean back to its factory condition so that T4 thinks it's a new unit. So I have here a used ECU. It's got a firmware installed, a map installed, it's got a couple of VIN coding records and one ZCS coding record. We can see those records if we go here, Tools, ECU Tools, we look at the programming records, and we can see what's there. And if we go Tools, ECU Tools, ZCS codes, we can see the ZCS coding on the ECU as well. Now the standard firmware doesn't allow you to delete the coding, so before we can delete the coding we have to install a small patch on the ECU. To do that, we first read the full firmware and map from the ECU in the normal way. So once we've read the ECU into a project, we now need to install the utility patch into the project. So Tools, Project Tools, Install Utility Patch. We see that's now installed. So now we write that back to the ECU. So now the ECU has the utility patch installed, we can proceed with the factory wipe. So from the menu, Tools, ECU Tools, and you see here we've got a number of options. We can erase the firmware, we can erase the coding, we can erase the map, we can erase the serial EEPROM, which contains things like the adaptations, the immobilizer code, or we can do a factory wipe, which basically wipes all of the above. So if we select factory wipe, confirm that we want to wipe it back to factory state, and that's it. The dialog there confirms that the ECU has no firmware, no VIN coding records, no ZCS records, and no map.